Considering he's been a music icon for decades, you wouldn't expect Billy Joel to have to worry about his finances. But at one point, Joel nearly went broke, and it wasn't because he was spending a fortune trying to woo an uptown girl. Keeping track of millions of dollars can't be easy, which is why the rich and famous hire managers and financial advisors to keep track of their fortune. The key to financial success as a celebrity is trusting the right people and knowing exactly where and who your money is going to. But even the most successful entertainers can run into trouble if they trust the wrong person, and that's exactly what happened to the Piano Man. In 1989, Joel sued his former manager Frank Welker for $90 million for fraud and breach of financial duty. The 83-page suit alleged that, among other things, Welker spent millions of Joel's dollars investing in Welker's own businesses and also doled out $2.5 million in loans to oil and gas tax shelters, horse breeding farms, real estate partnerships, and other businesses controlled by Welker. According to People, Welker's fraudulent activities also included a hotel development where Welker invested Joel's money and subsequently made Joel liable for potential losses. Amazingly, that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to accusations. The suit stated that Welker double-billed Joel for his music videos and cheated expenses such as travel and accounting fees. It was further alleged that Welker crafted false financial statements which failed to show the musician's true finances. And he wasn't done. Welker also allegedly mortgaged the artist's copyrights for $15 million without telling Joel. Oh, and during all this, Welker also pocketed up to $20 million in commissions. So why did Welker sink his claws so deep into Joel? Family. Welker was once Joel's brother-in-law, as Welker's sister Elizabeth was both Joel's wife and manager. When Joel and Elizabeth divorced so he could get with Christy Brinkley, though, Joel instead hired her brother as his new manager. Whoops! Billy Joel, a definitive biography, quotes Joel as saying, "I hooked up with the Borgias. What a family to pick." From the total amount of damages sought in the lawsuit, $30 million was for, quote, compensatory damage, which Welker had allegedly taken from the musician. The leftover $60 million was for punitive damages for the years that the manager had allegedly defrauded the Piano Man. According to the Los Angeles Times, Joel began a private investigation of Welker in the summer of 1989, in which his attorneys reviewed his financial statements and even hired an independent accounting firm to do an investigative audit of Frank Management, Welker's company. According to People, Welker was promptly fired due to findings from the investigation. Joel's attorney, Leonard Marks, said the investigation, quote, revealed major incidents of fraud and dishonest dealings, virtually from the inception of their contract. Oh, and that contract actually gave Welker power of attorney. Marks said the abuse was among the worst he had seen. He told People, often a manager will let the power that comes from associating with a megastar go to his head. It can lead to all kinds of abuse. Of course, Welker and his attorneys had a totally different take on things. His lawyer, Daniel Gecker, insisted that Welker always had Joel's consent. Gecker told People, "This whole thing is an effort to avoid paying Frank royalties on the upcoming LP and tour, which are due under the management contract. The only grounds upon which the contract can be broken are to claim fraud, hence these accusations." So what ended up happening? Joel didn't get the $90 million, or anything close to it. According to Fox Business, the party settled out of court. Joel received $8 million, and Welker declared bankruptcy. Welker later countersued for $30 million, but the case was dismissed.
Don't you ever besmirch Billy Joel.
So the next time you see the Piano Man, consider leaving a little something extra in his tip jar. You just might need it. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more grunge videos about your favorite musicians are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.